All right, I wanted to show you how to be able to create the proposal. The first part of the proposal is the cover letter, and the cover letter is best done last after you've done everything else, because really the cover letter is there to do two things, and one is show your enthusiasm for the project to your client. The other thing is to give them an outline of what you're going to do. So that's what this letter here talks about. It talks about how do they do search engine optimization, what kind of content's going to be on there, how much it's going to cost, how long it's going to take. So all that information is already in the proposal, but this is the cover letter that says this is what you're going to read about when you go inside the proposal. All right, then the next page, that's the first page, and it should be like this, a few paragraphs in length describing everything. It can't go over one page. All right, and the next thing is in the main report. You don't have to put main report on there. Is talk about domain name registry. So this one's a little bit light on there, but you want to talk about the fact that they should be getting a domain name. It's not going to cost more than $35. You can go to GoDaddy in one-on-one. So that's a pretty good one. Just domain name. Make sure you let them know that it's the address on the internet where people are going to be able to find them. They should all know what a domain name is by now. It's important too to put in here that the client will be purchasing that. You never, as a developer, purchase a company's domain name for them, because that should be an asset that they own, not you. All right, the next thing is a search strategy, and this should be pretty easy because this is your search assignment. What you want to do is go back into your search assignment, see what your feedback is from your instructor, and then fix it based upon what their feedback is. All right, and then so here's that and the cross links, and then next part is the content outline. What content do you recommend for their website? And as you can see, that this is your content assignment. It's explaining to them what this list is and how important content is, and then it lists. They put arrows and stuff like that on here. Bullets is fine for this, and then going down for each page of the 8 pages that you outlined. Again, your instructor has already graded this. You should go back and check that. When I grade the proposal, I open up your grades and I open up the proposal. And if I see that I've given you feedback and you didn't bother doing anything with it, then it's a brisk reduction in points. Next is the advertising plan. We used to have an assignment where you wrote this, but when we went to 7 weeks, we try to cut down the number of assignments. Really what I want is a nice paragraph explaining how you're planning on advertising the website so that people will go there. So you can do advertising in newspapers, billboards. You can just explain a bunch of different ways, social media. So there's a lot of different ways of advertising, and you should recommend that. All right, and the next one is the customer attainment plan. And the difference between the two is advertising is how we get them to the website in the first place. And then customer attainment plan is why would they bother coming back? So what is going to be on there? Basically, it's going to be the content. What content on there? And if you don't have dynamic content on a website, then people aren't going to come back to it. But if you have some people put bulletin boards on there. Some people put just different articles or a blog or something that is make a person go, hey, I wonder what's going on at the website, and then going back. Coupons is another good way of doing that. So those are the kind of things you should be explaining inside the customer attainment plan. Again, one long paragraph is fine for that. The next one is a fee schedule. So we want this to be very specific, and you need to have at least 3 packages. We want the customer to pick the $2,000 one because that gives them their most stuff, and they want the best website ever. And we're actually between it's $1,000 difference, but you're doing an awful lot more for the $2,000, and they might want to have that. So also, what's going to be provided? Notice there's nothing about domain name because you do not provide a domain name for the user. The user needs to purchase that themselves. And then discussing maintenance. What are you going to do to maintain that over time? And here's a nice little thing at the bottom, re-up. So we usually charge about 50% of the original price for the re-up, 1 year of everything, a new style for the website, two additional pages. So it motivates them to stay with us. Now the last part is a resume, and I'm not really I'm not crazy about what you put in here as long as it is a good resume. So take a look. If you don't have one, this is a good time to create one and talk about these types of headings on there. Work experience. Now you can see this person's talking about web designer. They were not. They're making all this up. If you want to make up stuff, that's fine. I don't care. But you don't have to. If you want to just put your plain Jane, what you're doing now, if anything, it should motivate you to go, oh my gosh, I do not have a very good resume. I need to start doing more IT stuff. And this class will help you do that because you'll be learning web design. Next thing you should do is create your own website with your own domain name and put it up on iPage.com. That's a professional host. And then you should go start doing some pro bono work. Start going out to small businesses that do not have websites, probably can't afford it, and say, listen, I'm looking to create a portfolio, and I would do yours for free, and I will host it for free for 1 year. And I can't imagine a person turning you down for that. It'll help you with your experience and also help you with your resume because people are going to want to see your portfolio, whether you're a web designer or you're any type of software programmer. They want to see what coding you've done outside of class, and this is your opportunity to be able to do that. All right. Okay, the last thing, when you go to submit this, you're going to save this Word document and then upload it to the Dropbox. I also want you to upload your questionnaire. Your questionnaire is not filled out. It's not changed. If you got 100 on your questionnaire when you first submitted it, then you can submit it without any changes. If you didn't get 100 on it and you were given some recommendations on how to improve it, then we're going to check, and that's one of the reasons why we have you uploaded a second time, is that we want to check to see if you've made the changes that we recommended in that questionnaire. So those are the only two things. Notice this is one Word document. That's what we want. If you put a cover letter as a separate document, your resume is a separate document, points are going to be deducted because it has to be one document. The questionnaire will be the second document. So those are the only two documents that you will upload to the Dropbox. All right, that's it for the business proposal.